Good morning. It is April 12th. It is Sunday, April 12th. And I don't know, last night I was just thinking about how it's funny that, we're all so very connected with the technology that we have available to us today with our phones and computers and tablets. We can reach out, we can call, we can text whoever we want to pretty much at every moment, at any moment. But for some reason, and I know I'm not the only one with this, I know actually most people feel like this, at the same time we're so connected, but at the same time we feel so lonely. We feel like there just aren't people around us. And it's a weird thing, because we thought that these devices would really fix that kind of thing. And to a degree it has, right? It allows for, if a family member is out of state, or maybe they're traveling, or I don't know, they're in an internship in a different country, that, they can still call, they can still connect. But on the other side of things, it's really easy to just be alone and then just be scrolling on your phone, looking at everybody else's life, seeing all the highlights of all the good things that are happening to people. But then maybe you're in a dark place yourself, and it just makes you feel worse, because all we ever see for the most part online is the highlights of other people's lives. It's not the true things that you experience on a day-to-day basis. Because let's be honest, for most people, for most of you, life can be pretty mundane. It can be pretty boring. You wake up, eat a little bit of breakfast, you go to work or you go to school, you don't really enjoy the classes, or you go to your job that it's like, you know what, it just kind of pays the bills. And you're spending 40 hours of your week on that kind of thing, most likely. And then you come home at night, and if you have a significant other, that's the highlight of your day, but at that point you're both kind of drained, you don't really have the energy for each other to do something. And then you go to sleep and you repeat. And you just hold on and you wait for the weekends to come, because it gives you a chance to breathe, and hopefully you have something going on, an experience with whether that be your significant other or friends or family. But then it's right back to it. And unfortunately, that is just how life is right now, right? I say unfortunately, but at the same time, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it is good that we have something in our lives that make us work. Because without work, life would be kind of meaningless, right? We have to give to something greater than ourselves. And unfortunately for most people, what they're giving is for a job that they really don't enjoy. And that's why they feel so drained. They don't truly enjoy it. They went to college for it because at the time maybe they're like, oh yeah, I don't know, just throwing an example out there, marketing or finance. Yeah, like, because maybe I can make a lot of money one day, or I can see myself doing that. But in the back of their mind, they're like, I don't know, man. But it's something, my parents want me to do it, so I'll just go and get this degree, I'll go and work this job kind of thing. But I think so much of it is just the fact that we have to change our mindset around work and life, because otherwise it just drags you into this path and thinking of poor me, or I have no energy, I don't enjoy my life. Your mind is just so powerful in what you tell yourself, what you allow yourself to hear with your thoughts. And if you let your thoughts kind of run rampant, and it's the human condition to let the negative thoughts run rampant. But what about the positive thoughts? If we can be angry or upset or sad for no real reason, why can't we be happy for no reason? And it can be really hard depending on what stage of life you're in, what kind of things that you're going through. But my biggest piece of advice is just try to find someone. It doesn't have to be a significant other. It could be a friend. It could be literally finding a new friend in a new area if you're like me. Or just being with family a little bit more often, or having more quality time and more experiences with them to enjoy life. Because that's the thing that really matters in the end. Not about how many hours you work, how many hours you put in, but actually enjoying life with the people that you love. And just going back to the whole, we feel disconnected. I can say for myself, like during my relationship that recently ended, I could have done a lot better in terms of just being present, in terms of just, setting this piece of technology down a little bit more and giving her my full attention. And looking back on it, a lot of things were my fault for not having a good relationship, and I just try not to live in regret. I try not to, but the experience gave me new insight into how I want to do things differently in the future, and just what I truly value. And it's quality time, true quality time, true attention to the people that I love and that I'm with. So yeah, I just wanted to hop in here today. That is my kind of spiel, my piece of advice for you. Yeah, talk to you later.